review. Oh. Okay. Welcome to Review Rewind, the show where a couple of friends watch movies of old and aim to figure out if the reviewers were spot on or a little off. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm Tristan.
And this week we're talking about Rush Hour.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, wait. Hold on. All right, that's enough of that. This is a shock jock morning show now.
Putting that soundboard to use.
Putting it to use. This show does not endorse any sound bites that may be offensive in any way, shape, or form. All right, this movie was directed by Brett Ratner, who can fry for all I care. He seems like a piece of crap. Screenwriter. I'm sorry. We'll get into it.
Okay.
I have some new feelings about this movie that I am shocked about. Jim Koff and Ross LaManna. Oh, that was a terrible way of saying that. I would assume LaManna. I said that really weird. Yep. Let's see. I'm trying to see what else they've written. Let's do it by year.
Rush Hour, Rush Hour 2, Rush Hour 3, and Rush Hour the TV
first
series.
Guy, Jim Koff.
Oh yeah, I was looking.
I have him down for. Okay, good. You stay on the other one. I have him down for the first one, and it looks like he did not really get involved with the second one. He did. Oh boy, he did write, or he was the screenwriter for Operation Dumbo Drop, Snow Dogs. And then Who Really Cares Otherwise? He wrote for the TV show Ghost Whisperer, which I don't think is that the. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. It's the Jennifer Love Hewitt show.
Yeah,
She whispers to ghosts. She's like, "Hello, ghosts."
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And then what did Ross do?
Ross has written for a TV miniseries about the Titanic, Rush Hours 1, 2, 3, and the short-lived TV show in 2016, and also a show called Maximum Impact. And currently in development,
that's a movie.
Rush Hour 4. But I think that one's been in development for years and probably is not actually going to happen.
Yeah. Maximum Impact is just making me laugh because it's like a straight to DVD, which that's not a thing. So straight to digital release. It has Tom Arnold in it, but like not 90s Tom Arnold, 2018 Tom Arnold.
Oh yeah. It's also got William Baldwin.
Guy who was fighting with Trump online, Tom Arnold.
Danny Trejo.
What it has Eric Roberts?
Yeah.
What a weird to go.
This is
to
Prime
be on the Dark
Direct.
Knight. Oh my gosh, this is so weird. Okay.
Eric Roberts is in a lot of weird stuff.
That was shocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically this guy hasn't done anything other than Rush Hour. The writer.
No. Production company, I'm putting it in when it matters, and this feels like it matters. It's New Line Cinema. Rated PG-13. Action comedy, certainly. Release date, September 18th, 1998. We were wee lads.
Yes, we were.
I was 10.
I was 8.
Shut up, youngster. Well, there's that.
Followed by
audience.
Another,
I have have challenged myself to hold my uhs and ums, and that's a bad start. Budget $33 million.
Yep.
Which we had talked about it in the Truman Show. For that time, that's a pretty small budget, all things considered.
Oh yeah,
That's
Truman Show
mostly
was 60. So
Truman
this
Show was
was
60. So
yeah.
this is half of that. Box office gross in the US was 141.2 million. You want to read that worldwide?
That would be a 244 million.
Which financial success by all means. No wonder they're trying to make 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm curious how the other two did. I don't remember them being as good as this one.
Gun. I think the goodness is kind of relative to our experience, and I think we'll get into that a little bit, because I think the others were okay. It's a golden goose. Like, they're just trying to
capture the magic of the first one. Yeah.
Get as much money out of it as... I don't even know if they're trying to capture the magic, but they're just trying to say, like, hey, money. Yeah. It makes a lot of money. So Rush Hour 3, for whatever reason, IMDb is being weird. Rush Hour 3 made... Which... That's the latest one. So... not as good. Kind of... You might be able to answer this more. Not great for what it was. It was a $140 million budget. It broke even in the US and made 250 mil worldwide. So while it was a net positive in the scope of movie making in the 2000s, late 2000s, no one lost money, but it wasn't, I think, what people expected it to be. Money-wise, not as successful. All right. And now, on to What's That Plot?
It scared me a little bit. I wasn't ready for it.
So we started this in our last episode where Tristan and I... You really threw off by that. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to scare you.
Sorry.
We will be taking a swing at developing a plot synopsis for this. Now, if you may have noticed the first time around, we're not going for the most accurate. If anything, we're trying to make you laugh. I know that Tristan is very excited about his. I will warn everyone, mine is off the rails. So once I start, you'll probably want to skip for like 3 minutes, because I don't know how I feel about it. But Tristan, before we ruin this show forever, let's go ahead and start them off with what you got.
You want to start with me? Okay.
Yeah, I want to. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because I want to be shamed.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm gonna regret this. I know it.
Yeah. Give me just a second to make sure it's pulled up here.
Okay. Here you go. Here's your intro.
So I asked ChatGPT for a little bit of help on this one.
Oh no.
And I said, please make it unhinged and use 90s terms throughout. So
I wonder how good this AI is going to be.
So just a note, this was written by a computer. Okay.
Which they have proven that these AI bots are, one, not the smartest, two, scroll the whole internet, which means they get some pretty gnarly stuff that they're pulling from. So let's go ahead. I'm sure none of it's going to be off like that bad, but I might be eating my shoe in a second. I don't know.
All right.
That's
If
a
I had a
90s
hat on
term.
right now, I would turn it around to be reading this. But here we go. Are you ready? Okay.
I'm set.
Dude, buckle up for the wildest ride of the 90s. We're talking about Rush Hour, a totally banging mashup of action, laughs, and East meets West flair that throws down in the bustling streets of LA and the red neon glow of Hong Kong. So, here's the 411. When the Chinese consul's young daughter, Su Young, is kidnapped in broad daylight, it's like Major Bummer City. Enter the slick Hong Kong detective Inspector Lee, played by the one and only Jackie Chan. He's who's a total beast at martial arts and not someone you want to mess with. The FBI's like, chill out, dude, we got this. But Consul is like, no way, Jose. I want my main man Lee on this. Now, Lee hops on a plane to the city of Los Angeles, thinking he's going to go solo and rescue the chica. But hold up, enter the loudmouth LA cop James Carter, Chris Tucker, bringing the noise and the funk, who's assigned to keep Lee out of the FBI's hair. Carter's thinking babysitting duty while Lee is all business, ready to jump into the fray and bust some bad guys. These two are totally sorry. These
Oh
two
my
are like
God.
oil and water. Carter's all about wisecracks, making noise, and his killer Michael Jackson moves, while Lee is the strong silent type with fists of fury. Don't even they they can't even decide on radio stations without throwing down. But when they stumble into a bar full of baddies, Lee's high kicking moves and Carter's street smarts turn them into a powerhouse duo, which the bar fight had no, that did not make them into a
It
powerhouse
had nothing to
duo.
do with
But
Carter. No,
we'll
no.
we'll leave that anyway. The clock
It's
is ticking.
debatable when that actually happens.
Yeah, true. The clock is ticking, and they discover the kidnapping is part of a gnarly extortion plot linked to the British crime lord who's as slippery as a wet noodle. The plot thickens like day old. Sorry, this line. The plot thickens like day old oatmeal, and our dudes face off against gun toting goons. Explosive car chases with some serious rubber burning on the LA concrete, and even a high stakes bomb situation at a Chinese art exhibit. Talk about a radical showdown. Just when it looks like our heroes are totally cooked, they bust out some epic moves, and Carter learns a thing or two about Kung Fu, courtesy of Master Lee. They crack the case, save Su Young, and even manage to snag the baddie, all while delivering some killer one-liners that are off the chain. As the sun sets on the crazy adventure, Lee and Carter have gone have, have gone from mismatched partners to bros for life. They hit up some dance moves, with Carter finally getting Lee to bust a move to war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. And it's clear these dudes are the freshest crime fighting team from the 90s. Rush Hour isn't just a flick. It's a high octane blast from the past, full of throwback jams, punchy dialogue, and some dynamic buddy cop chemistry. That's all that and a bag of chips. This movie totally da bomb, delivering laughs, thrills, and a killer vibe that's straight out of the 90s playbook. Get ready to rewind, because you'll want to watch this bad boy over and over again. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Wow. Wow. That was almost as tone deaf and almost racist as the movie.
I know. There was a couple, I was like, I don't feel comfortable saying Chica, but I'm just going to push right through it.
I also thought it was very funny that for a review or a plot synopsis that mentions one-liners. They use a lot of one-liners from the 90s, but not a single one-liner from the movie, except for the song quote. That was it. But not a
Yeah,
single, like,
I
the
love
one-liner should have been from the movie, but
I love that it added
they do say a lot of
the
one-liners.
war quote in there. I don't know why it decided that it needed to have what is it
What
good
is it good
for?
for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Say it again. Anyway, I hope you
I
appreciated
give
that and
that
enjoyed
plot
it.
I give you a 10 out of 10, and I give the AI a 2 out of 10.
Thank you.
And we don't need to give credit to our overlords, you know?
No.
So, alrighty. Reminding everyone, mine is unhinged. Hold on. Eh? In this 1998 comedy, director and disgraced alleged serial sexual abuser and expat Brett Ratner attempts to bring the classic buddy comedy back to the big screen. Years after 1984's Miami Vice, 1987's Lethal Weapon, and 1989's K9, Rush Hour posits, what if, instead of a white cop and a dog, we do a black cop and a Chinese cop? And remember, I am not making this joke. The movie is. It is hard on that movie. Like, it's awful.
Yeah.
Rush Hour takes the stereotypes we know and love and turns them up to 11. Chris Tucker is Carter, who is loud, flamboyant, and reckless, using his knowledge of the streets to maneuver LA's criminal underbelly of character actor Chris Penn, or as true fans like to call him, Nice Guy Eddie, or generic gangster name. Except in this movie. In Rush Hour, he's called Clive, which feels like a real missed opportunity. And wait, we're talking about Chris Tucker. Detective Carter finds himself partially stepping into the story of a Chinese cop, federal agent, superhero, Jackie Chan, who is quiet, stoic, and kicking names and taking ass, who is working to take down China's biggest criminal organization run by the mysterious Juntao. He is working under a high-powered politician, Han, who is now the consul to America. They are friends, and apparently after the death of Han's wife, Jackie becomes like an uncle or something to his daughter, Soo Young. After an excellent bust, pause for innuendo. There we go. Jackie bids goodbye to Han and Soo Young as they start their new lives in America. But the joy of stereotypes and explosion gets interrupted by Juntao's men kidnapping Soo Young and exposing the audience to another thing they love, movie tropes. Kids singing pop music while the adults cringe, suspenseful music building the tension, bad guy disguised as cop who says the title of the movie while shooting people in the head, bad guy getting face scar, just aces all around. Carter is then assigned to accompany Jackie, who was requested to help Han himself. The FBI needs someone to babysit, and the LAPD captain lies to Carter and makes him think it's a big FBI mission, which feels like something Carter could talk to his union about, but I digress. Wait, did I mention that the FBI really hates the LAPD? Also, side note, when I was a kid and I was like, "Aw, why is everyone crapping on the LAPD?" But now, as like a mid 30-year-old and in 2024, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe they weren't wrong. I digress. There's about an hour of the worst detective work depicted in a buddy cop movie ever. And yes, I'm including the Belushi dog movie. Carter recklessly deals with everyone in an increasingly unbelievable way that my suspense of disbelief was doing its own stunts. Jackie, sorry, I mean Lee. That's Jackie's name in the movie. They really pulled hard on that one, is somehow the greatest cop in China, but also doesn't know what a stakeout is. Anyway, the two jump into action in the middle of a money drop that ruins it and appears to fail to retrieve Su Young. Han gets another chance to pay the ransom, and the boys figure out how to outsmart the bad guy with sheer dumb luck. Oh, and Juntao was actually Han's British counterpart, Carmine Falcone. And at the end of the day, the Ninja Turtles save the girl and everyone sings a song. P.S. Why were they dancing and wielding guns right outside of the bad guy's lair? The end. That's it.
It's good. It's just the right amount of
I
unhinged.
got to tell you. The meter kept going into the red a little bit, but then it pulled down, and then it got in the red, and then pulled down. Uh, when I was researching it, I was like, "Oh, Brett Ratner, what did he do?" And then I was like, "The Me Too movement had his name on it. What was it?" And then I looked him up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, he is a monster!" And then he moved to Israel to get away from the very likely criminal charges. So, expat
Cool.
and crazy guy. So I choose to give him no credit and blame everything negative on him because, man, this movie, maybe it's that, I don't know, woke mind. People can call it whatever. Watching it, this movie was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the times, every little joke that's supposed to be a joke was suddenly like, that's not a joke. That's just racist or, a stereotype or whatever it might be. Like it was so, it was such an odd experience watching it.
Yeah.
Man, okay, we'll talk about it. What did you think of the film overall?
We'll get there. So I have to tell you, I sat down and watched this with my wife, who it was her first time watching it. So she was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it with you."
I'm so curious about that. That's
so
right.
I had her take some notes as well, so I'll be sharing a little bit of our notes together. I remember watching this movie
Excellent.
a lot as a kid, but because I think it was just on.
Yeah, I did too. I watched
one
it
of those
a ton.
things that was on TV all the time. And like, I just watched Jackie Chan movies.
New
like
Line
Jackie
Cinema,
Chan.
so like TBS. Yeah.
So I think
Jackie Chan,
this sums it up.
Continuing that, yeah, Jackie Chan's awesome.
Yeah. I guess this sums it up the best. Is it's definitely a movie of its time. It has funny moments in between all of the like kind of cringy things. There are funny moments that make you laugh, but then you're cringing most of the time though.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I think that's my overall thoughts on it. It's a movie that when I think about it, it's like, oh yeah, that's a great movie. And then you watch it and you're like, oh no.
Oh God, no. I think I would say that I have reached the point where the nostalgia isn't good enough with this movie. Like, the nostalgia can't mask some of the other stuff. There's some movies that I love. There's around the same 2000 there was a Keanu Reeves movie, The Replacements. And it's just 90s, I guess you could say, toxic masculinity. There's a few jokes like, that's why girls don't play football kind of jokes that are like, whatever. Right. But for the most part, there's a weird guilty pleasure to it. I don't know if I could even say that this movie can be a guilty pleasure anymore. Because some of the stuff it's wild. It's wild that they thought it was funny. Because the whole time I was watching it, my big thoughts were, did Chris Tucker really give the okay on this? Because some of this we got to question it. And then
Mhm.
the other half of it was, why are they making Jackie Chan do this?
Mm.
Stop making Jackie Chan do this.
Right.
Please. We'll get into that more later. Uh, some of the fight choreography was fantastic. Jackie Chan doing
Yeah.
his stunts, always fun to watch. The fight scenes were pretty good. Yeah, that was enjoyable. And yeah, there are some when the joke isn't focused on race, they're pretty funny.
Right.
But race sits in the front seat for this joke machine, and
Yeah.
it is choosing the radio
And
station, and it is bad.
yeah. And like there are some of the jokes that the way that they were presented, we're kind of jumping all over the question field here, but there were some of the jokes that when they were presented in a way of like, yes, this is like a culturally um just not knowing any better kind of thing. Like when they walk into the bar and Carter's just like, "Hey, do what I do," and then leaves Lee alone
Right,
in the
right,
thing, and then he just repeats what was said because he doesn't have the cultural understanding of what he's saying is inappropriate. And like, okay, that's
right.
funny, but then just calling somebody like sweet and sour chicken or whatever, like that's
Yeah,
bad.
the the hard part about those jokes is you have two options that aren't necessarily good options. The first option is, one, you're trying to make this character naive, and a bunch of people, whether it's improv or the writer or the director or whoever, it is going out of their way to make these jokes,
Hmm.
and we we lose something in that there's no there's no straight man in it,
Yeah.
because no one in the movie is going, that's not okay.
Yeah.
That we're missing that part. The other
Yeah.
half is we still don't have the straight man, and they're doing it on purpose.
Hmm.
And the only reason that this option is there is because, from my understanding from the movie, even in 1998, Jackie Chan didn't really speak English that well yet. And
Right.
so a lot of the lines he says, he doesn't know what he's saying.
Yeah. Is this not is this isn't this bleh, isn't this one of his first like Western
This is
movies?
his first. No, he did. Well,
Because he did a lot
possibly
of
Western directed. He did movies that were in America, but I think they were still Chinese produced.
yeah.
So he did do the voiceover for his character
Yeah.
when it came to America. But I do, because like Rumble in the Bronx is in New York,
Right.
and it has
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
remember
American
all of
actors, but I think it's voiceover.
yeah, most of what his older movies were Chinese produced. Would he and the other actors would speak Chinese while they were filming it, and then they would voice over, and he would do his own voiceover. Um, but I think this might have been his first actually like American produced um, film.
Yeah. I think that's accurate. I think that's accurate because it was this, and then it was probably Shanghai Noon, which who knows how that one is right now. Like,
Again,
I haven't watched
yeah,
it in a while. Um
yeah.
but
I
yeah, you might be
remember
right. I think it was his first Western one, and so his whole production was English.
right.
So there would be a lot that he was probably unaware of just through the process of being
Yeah,
in
some
an
of the jokes that
entirely
they had
English
him
speaking
say,
situation.
he wouldn't have known or may not
They
have
made
known.
they made him say the N word, and
Yeah,
it's funny, but it also, like, you have to stop and go, okay, the joke process was, look, we're going to make Jackie Chan say the N-word. Like, there is humor in it, sure,
Right.
but also that's not a joke.
Right.
That's you're just taking advantage of someone who doesn't speak English. That's you're making the butt of the joke that he doesn't speak English. Like,
Right.
there's a weird line here
Yeah,
that
and it's a
I
weird
don't
one to
think
be
was pulled off.
like am can I laugh at this? Like is like on one hand it is funny, but on the other hand it's like wait, this is actually like the joke is written by a white guy and thinks it's funny that somebody's
Right.
saying the word and like yeah.
Well, and it's weird because like it was very racist all around.
Mhm.
The things that Carter says to uh, Lee,
Horrible.
racist all around, but also how they depict Carter feels like racial tropes. So there's racism there. And then on top of that, like, even though this story is about a Chinese politician, a Chinese gang, like, there's a lot of weird anti Asian, anti Chinese,
Yeah.
like,
I think could
sentiments throughout. It's super weird. I don't fully grab it. I don't understand it fully, but there was just a lot where I was like, this, what is going on?
yeah, this really felt like a movie because Jackie Chan had been releasing a bunch of movies in the 90s and somebody somebody in Hollywood was like, "Oh, we should make one with him." But then it was
Yeah.
just like yeah, the I had this thought of
Who
going into
produced
it
it?
of like,
That's a good
wait, this
question.
is this is kind of weird that it's like it's the buddy cop thing, but the joke is that it's a black guy and it's a Chinese guy. Like that's it's
Right.
all a joke. It's not just a joke of
Right.
here's a guy working with a dog or like here's the
Right. Th-
here's the like do it by the book guy and here's the wild card who's just gonna like go do something crazy. It's hey, not only is it
exactly.
East meets West, but it's what if East meets minority West that's even more different than usual. And then like you kind of think about it of
Exactly.
yeah, like the fact that it's just a bunch of white guys that have written this movie and directed it and produced it. If there was a writer or
Mhm.
multiple writers or the director or there were more people involved that were like, "Hey, we are Chinese filmmakers and we've been hired on from New Line to make this movie."
Right.
That's one thing, but if the fact that it like all of these jokes were written by just a bunch of white dudes sitting in a room, it's
It's
uncomfortable.
yeah, they vary, and it's clearly something to have in the forefront because we're examining a movie. The whole purpose of what we're doing is we're examining a movie. People can go watch movies, turn their brain off, not examine it, just laugh at laugh's sake and whatever it is. But we're trying to look at the movies and go, okay, did they accomplish what they were aiming for? Did they meet certain criteria, whatever it means, whatever it is? And the criteria at this point is when you're writing a joke, what is the substance of the joke? Like, what is your goal? And all the jokes are just punching down. They're just
Mhm.
aiming to hit these little racist tropes and be there for the sake of putting someone down. There's no uplifting, there's no whatever. And it just, man, it didn't land. Like, it sucked.
Yeah,
The
and it's not just
first
it's
section
go
in
ahead.
China was like, oh, this is a cool Jackie Chan movie. Look at Jackie Chan. He's so cool. and then you go into LA and Carter is like a terrible cop. He's
Yep.
awful. He doesn't want to be a partner, borderline sexist in how he's treating Johnson, the
I don't
bomb
think it's
squad
borderline.
officer.
It's 100%
Okay,
sexual
good.
harassment.
Yeah. Yes. The I'm almost wondering if they were trying to make a joke of the LAPD. Like if they were doing it on purpose. I feel like they were hitting tropes, but I don't know if they were on purpose trying to say like these cops suck.
I
But
mean,
they did a
probably
good
that there was the
job
line
no
in it
matter
of
what.
like, everybody hates the LAPD. We're the most hated
But the
police and
FBI
what?
sucked too.
Yeah. All law enforcement,
Like
except for Jackie Chan's character, sucked.
except Jackie Chan's character was not a good cop either. He was a good cop in that he solved that case, but then when he came to America, it almost seemed like he didn't know how to cop.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
he didn't know what a stakeout was. They were practicing firearm uh
Yeah, he should have been like
defense
a
in the middle of
bodyguard.
the street.
Yeah, if
Right.
they wanted to do that, he should
Yeah.
have been like
That
some
would have made more
bodyguard
sense.
or somebody that was like not related to actually having been trained in how to do these things. But like
Right.
the beginning of the movie is him literally like doing
Doing the
like
biggest bust in China's
doing a bust where
history.
he's like sneaking in and like calling in the I'm in position, which mind you, that plan didn't make any sense. His backup was several
Right.
minutes away when he did anyway. Um yeah, I
Bonkers.
would like
Bonkers.
the the late the comedy is very lazy in
Yeah.
the
It's super
amount
lazy.
of racial, the amount of sexist, the amount of like, hey, let's do a fat joke here for no reason. Like
Right.
there's there was a bunch of stuff where it's like, man, this is hard. And like I wanted to go into to this movie and enjoy it. And like I still think I got a little bit of enjoyment out of it. But like when the thing is, there was a in the 7 years from when this movie came out to when the third movie came out, I started becoming more aware of it. And I think those movies pushed it even further. And so in my mind, it's always been like Rush Hour 2 was bad. Rush Hour 3 was bad. They like went into the whole sexist jokes a lot more. They like did all of that. And so like I don't think of them as movies that I really want to watch. But the first Rush Hour, this one, I've always kind of in my mind been like, oh yeah, that's a good movie. But I think today was a little bit of a like a almost culture shock of looking at what things were at that time. Um,
It was a culture shock. That is a great way of putting it because I think we both kind of came into it of I've watched this movie. I've watched this movie a lot. I
a
love
lot.
this movie. Why not? I haven't seen this movie in 10 years,
Hmm.
maybe 12 years. So the last time I watched this movie, I bought it on DVD like 12 years ago. And so I kind of came into it with a fresh mind and I was blown away by how blatantly racist it was. Like I
Yeah,
don't remember that. I don't remember that. And maybe that's a reflection of where I was. Again, I was 10. I didn't know necessarily the nuance of those kind of
you don't pay
jokes
attention to that stuff.
where
Yeah,
yeah, like when Carter is complaining to the FBI and Carter says, you know, fix this or I'm going to go drop him off at Panda Express. And I was just like,
yeah.
what are we doing? And then the racism toward Carter was, yes, we understand that, you know, minority population, me being of Latino descent, brown people in Southern California, yes, we have some rough neighborhoods who have had issues with whatever it might be, but like he was essentially a criminal who was a conspirator to other crimes throughout his cop career, and they just
Hmm.
like magic wanded away and go like, you're a police officer, so it's
Yeah,
okay. But, you know, clearly his cousin is doing something. Clearly he uh
he's
you know,
doing
at that
something.
time, if you if you smoke it, whatever, I don't care. Audience, do whatever you want to do. It's 2024. But at that time, it was illegal. So you had a cop who was, you know, you know, uh, constantly smoking, apparently, judging from what the characters say, not from like my own
We
of
don't
when
see it. Yeah,
when he goes into the, we don't see it, but when we go into the bar and there's that old man smoking a joint and he grabs it and he like tastes the smoke,
he
it was like
basically
he was
inhales it.
getting a
Yeah.
hit. Like he was, yeah, he was trying to like get a little bit from it. It, man, I don't know. It just felt like they were trying to say like, hey, we're gonna verbalize all the Asian racism, but we're gonna show what our stereotype of black people is,
Right.
you know. And it it was just it was so weird. It was
Yeah.
so weird. But those fight
It,
scenes were great, man. That bar scene when he was kicking tail,
I
that was pretty
was,
cool.
I was just about to ask Mike, what did you like about this movie?
You know what? I like the fight scenes. I always find it really funny because like Jackie Chan has his own stunt company. Like his company is usually the
Yeah.
one that gets hired to do the choreography and do all that stuff. And it's really funny because they were like, all right, we're gonna have Jackie Chan. He's gonna have his stunt people. All right. Um, let's have this international Chinese gang, this giant gang, just straight into Los Angeles and then suddenly be like the bad guy in Los Angeles. Like they don't fight anyone else. It's just them, which I guess
Hmm.
makes sense for the story, but it was just really funny that they were like, "All right, we need all the bad guys to be Jackie's Chinese employees. How do we do that?"
Hmm.
But the fight scenes are good. The stunts were cool. What else?
Mostly that.
Yeah,
I mean, I
Sue
love
Young was
the,
fun. She was a great
yeah,
little like 11-year-old girl who nailed it. She nailed it. She was fun. The
yeah.
Mariah Carey thing was very cute. It was very sweet. Um,
And yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The,
that's about it.
I appreciate, like you said, the stunts and the fighting are always great. Um, but the way that Jackie's able to communicate through his stunts is also just like nobody fights, nobody does stunts like Jackie Chan, and he always puts his humor in there. Like his, like the thing that he does is like his prop work and the like protect the fine, like the historical pottery or like the artwork or whatever. Like several movies he has that as his thing where he's protecting the thing but still fighting and then like holding the jar or pushing the jar back up, and like
Yep.
it's just always fun to watch how he uses the environment around him, um,
Yep.
to do his stuff, and it's everything from like using the fighting with the pool sticks or uh, literally falling onto a giant banner flag. Like
Right.
it's
Right.
crazy. That guy's crazy.
Yeah. And, you know, was still doing his own stunts. I think I think the thing that makes Jackie Chan's fighting so endearing is he never hides when stuff hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't see him and go, he's a Superman. You see him and go, that man is crazy and can do crazy things, but he does get hurt. Like, he clearly
Yeah,
gets hurt when something hits him in the head. He's like, he rubs his head real fast, you know. He always lets you
but
know,
he
like,
just
this
keeps
should
going.
hurt, this does
Yeah,
hurt, but he just keeps going. So all you feel like, man, his endurance is really really something to admire. uh yeah, stunts are great.
so good.
um that sums up everything I thought was best, or I liked best.
Yeah.
What I liked
Um.
least, the FBI can go rot. Like, I don't know what they were doing. They're the most you are you are faced with the incompetence of the LAPD, only to be outdone by the FBI. Where, how do you, as an FBI, know that this consul is bringing in one of his own men from China, and you don't brief the entire security staff, letting them know what this man looks like, what his name is, and pull a gun on him as soon as he mentions the girl, which is not
Mhm.
how protocol, like, if that is what normal protocol is, no wonder we shoot people a lot. Like, I don't know how that is a functioning system. It just was so dumb. Every step of the way, they were a step behind because of, they didn't want to listen to Lee. They didn't want to listen to Han. They didn't want to do what they needed to do to get this case solved and to save the girl. They were always a step behind. How is it that Lee says to them, "Hey, don't go into that building"? His explanation is very stupid. If you were asking for $50 million, would you go into that building? That's a dumb reason. Uh, but he was right.
But he had a
And then
point.
you
Yeah.
don't immediately go, yeah, you don't immediately go, oh shoot, we just lost 15 officers, agents, federal agents. Maybe we should take a step back and listen to this guy. And then when the actual bad guy is revealed, that should be another hint of like, hey, who has the biggest archive of information on this criminal organization? Oh, that guy you keep ignoring.
Yeah. Oh, the guy who did the biggest bust and has been tracking this guy down for his whole career, maybe?
Yeah. If their aim was for you to not like the FBI, mission accomplished. But I don't think they were doing that as a goal. I just think it was poor writing.
I don't know who they were trying to make you like. I would argue that they made the FBI horrible to try to make it seem like Carter and Lee needed to be in this movie. Because the reality
That might be
is
true.
they were not needed. Like if they had just sat
Mm-hmm.
back, like the girl would have been saved. They would have put a tracker on the money. Like they had all of this plan in place, and every step of the way, Carter and Lee were messing that plan up. And then at the end of the movie, we're like, "Oh yay, Carter and Lee saved the day." But actually, they're just getting
But
in the way of
they
what the
didn't.
FBI was doing. So they had to make the FBI horrible so that we as the audience are rooting for these other guys who are actually being really bad cops and like
Yeah.
yeah your hero needs to go off book and get fired and put it like turn in his badge and gun, but like what they were doing wasn't necessarily performing better than what the FBI, what the LAPD was doing. They were actually causing the issues that were happening. So
Man, this
I
movie
don't
is
know.
so poorly written. Like
Yeah.
it's bad. It's a bad script because most of the jokes are improv. They're just like, "Hey, Chris, go ahead and just make an Asian joke. Go ahead and do it." But also, I don't know. I actually don't know because uh kids in the 90s, and if you're a kid, stop listening. What are you doing? But kids in the
Go home.
90s, they used to they used to put blooper reels in movies.
Yeah.
And in all the Rush Hour blooper reels, it's clear that Chris Tucker is trying to nail a line and cannot do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes it feel like it's like written because,
Right.
this is speaking as an amateur in the whole mess of it. But when a movie does have moments of improv, usually the bloopers will try to show you like, hey, here's a few of the different jokes they tried to make that we're not using. Um, but it seems like a lot of the jokes were written,
Yeah.
and that
And
sucks.
the bloopers, I enjoy the other Jackie Chan movies where the bloopers are like him fighting and like the stunts, like messing up in the stunts or whatever, which this one had a little bit of, but it was like the other half for these bloopers, which we shouldn't be judging the movie off the bloopers, but let's talk about the bloopers. The other half
Yeah, let's take a
was
minute.
the fact that Chris Tucker couldn't say his line about Chelsea Clinton, and the
Yeah.
others were about the fact that Jackie couldn't speak English,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
which
Yep.
is
Yep. Yep.
funny when people fumble over their lines. Is it
But not.
funny when
Yeah,
someone can't speak the language?
that's fair. That's what. That's great. Because one, timely joke that Chelsea Clinton. Two, yeah, it's hard when the movie itself goes, "Hey, we got some funny jokes because Jackie Chan can't speak English or doesn't speak English well, rather." And even I'm correcting it. They wouldn't have corrected it. They would have stuck with that. And then your
Yeah.
bloopers are the same thing, which bears the question of like, okay, so what joke did you write? What joke did you actually write? Or did you just come up with a script and then keep changing the words because you're like, this would be funny with an accent? That's it. That's it. Right? That's got to be it. And I mean it as in that's all the work they did because man,
I,
that
I have to say, I
that
didn't realize that we were going to be this like tearing this movie apart
I
as much as
know.
we
Isn't
are.
that
But now that
crazy?
we're here,
Isn't
we're
that
just like
crazy? That's
rolling
why
with it. Yeah.
like when I started this, there was a little bit of like, I'm gonna I'm not gonna be great about this, but hey, if you watch this movie and you really, really like it and you think the jokes are funny, go back to 1998. I don't know what to say to you. Like, you shouldn't be here. That's, gosh, this movie. Why? Alrighty. I'm pretty sure we could keep going on this. We're beating a dead horse with
Yeah.
C4. That's a joke. That's a joke in the movie. And
C4.
uh, wait, hold on. The clues were so stupid. They were so freaking stupid. I cannot express how bad this movie was written. He blew up a car from C4 and in the beginning was like, I don't know what C4 is. And the other guy's like, C4, it's C4. Like it blows up. And then they find a detonator that looks like, you know,
A
a
screwdriver.
a, a baster, like
Yeah,
mixed with the
yeah.
screwdriver. You're just injecting C4 into a turkey, and then
Uh-huh.
that reminds him of Clive again. You have Chris Penn, who has a very distinct voice, clearly New York, somewhere around there, plays nice guy Eddie. Like, that's such a good like gangster name, nice guy Eddie. Whether it's gangster or not, I forget. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. And they call him Clive. That should get you a Razzie Award, just just based on that. Like, worst named. Uh, Actually, speaking of what sucks, did you notice that the names, they clearly wrote this movie for certain people, and then they casted people, and then they were like, "Should we change the names?" And they were like, "Nah, don't worry about it." You have you have an unmarried woman, clearly with an accent, who has the whitest name I've ever. I was just like, what are we
Johnson.
doing here? That no one's trying. Like, yeah, clearly this movie was written for. I bet, I would love to go into. I should have researched it. I wonder when the script was actually written.
Right.
Was it actually written for Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan? Because a lot of this is very cookie cutter.
I feel like
Also,
it had to be written for
they
Jackie Chan.
maybe, man, I don't know,
Or
because the
maybe
stunts and
the
the
script wasn't.
choreography,
It could
like,
have
you
been
can really
adapted.
fit in.
Yeah. It could have been
Oh,
a like, hey, we want to do a buddy cop movie, and then somebody was like, what if we put Jackie Chan in it? And then they adapted it from there.
yeah, that could be that. That's what I
But
mean, because it just feels like there's a lot of stuff that when you hear the names and you hear the lines and whatever it is, you're like, I don't think this was
yeah,
written for you. You're a great actor. I think you're fitting the part well, but
yeah,
judging from
that
some of the cues, this feels weird, like off. It feels like something's off. And
yeah.
then
Let's take someone whose last name is Pena and make them Johnson.
yeah,
Pena? Yeah.
yeah, it's yeah. Uh, Last thing, and then we'll move on. The movie is called Rush Hour,
Mm-hmm.
and even in the beginning of the movie, they're actually never in rush hour, because the only reason there's traffic is because the bad guys blocked off a road. It's literally the
Yeah.
only reason that there's traffic.
No, no,
This
but they
movie
were in
has no
L.A.
rush hour.
Don't you know that they're in
I
L.A.?
know.
But
Yeah,
and then
I
whenever
know.
you're driving
But
in
they
L.A.,
need to
it's rush hour.
eh, whenever, no matter what, no matter what. She's getting
It's
dropped off to
always
school at 7:30 in the morning. It's rush hour, bro.
it's rush hour,
6:30 in the
baby.
rush hour. 9:20 at night, rush hour. Whenever they were at the restaurant, rush hour.
Yeah.
Even though
You
once
know
they
what?
like got
There
back
should
to
have been a
the
moment.
consulate's house, it turned into the morning. So they were there really, really late.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got there and then they're like, "Hey, everybody take a nap and then you can leave in the morning."
Which
Uh
made me think it was like, oh no, this must have been like 6 a.m. when they were getting in.
yeah, there should have been a moment where they're like, "We got to get to the other side of the city, but we can't because it's rush hour." Like
No,
that
it was rush. It
that
was
should have
yeah.
happened.
But they
It
had
should
the
have happened and
movie.
then they
They
had to
had the
like
movie say the title.
and then take a
He was like,
helicopter or something.
yeah, hey, it's rush. Like Speed did
Or
it. Speed
they
did a
get
good
on a
job of showing what
motorcycle
rush hour looks like.
and then they have to go through the like on the motorcycle. And like that would have been
Well, that
cool
was the funny
too.
part, because when Carter was chasing um Lee, he did
Oh, on the
steal a
motorcycle, yeah.
motorcycle, but like
But it wasn't rush hour.
traffic wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
It
but it's easier to
wasn't.
kick a
The
guy
bus
off
was
a
moving
bike
just
than
fine.
to pull somebody out of a yeah. Jackie Chan could have been
Yeah,
running across the top of cars because it's rush hour,
that would have been awesome. That actually may have
right?
been cool. If he
Yeah.
was like jumping over and then did the taxi thing where he like jumped through the window and then like opened it, that could have been cool.
Yeah.
We're rewriting this movie, man. We're gonna make Rush Hour 5, starring not. I don't know. I'm not gonna do as good as them. Maybe I will. I don't know. It was pretty bad. Jackie
I feel like we
Chan.
could do
You know what?
better.
Chris Tucker was.
Well, we can't do
Chris
better
Tucker
than
was.
Jackie Chan.
He played. He played fine. Like he played what his character was. He, whether the jokes were his or not, the aim was to make, you know, racist towards Chinese people jokes.
If
So
you
nailed
need
it. But
a
he
loud,
played his. Hmm.
saying if you need a
What?
loud, flamboyant black man, Chris Tucker was the
He
guy.
nailed it. There it is. And that's, and that maybe the again, more research. Was he the first choice?
I don't know. I just
Because
right now I have the image of him from Fifth Element screaming. I don't know. I don't know why that just popped into my head.
that's also, man, that movie's also insane. I wonder if it's
Yeah.
as racist. Anyway, who was your favorite character and why?
Um. I mean, I originally wrote Lee as one of my favorite characters, but you've made a good point of like he went from being this like superhero cop to being like a not knowing anything. And that
Which
I
is
didn't
so
even think
weird
about
that they
that. I
did that
could
to him.
understand the cultural differences, but the fact that they did a whole like you don't know how to be a cop is weird. But what I
The,
appreciate about him is that he is selfless and that I've
yes.
made you upset again. And that his actions weren't selfish. They weren't like I'm going to make a name for myself. It was like, hey, I care about this kid and I feel like nobody else does, so I'm going to like do this thing. So I appreciate that. I um
Right.
I appreciate Sue Young because she was
Yeah.
so brave. She was the
Yeah.
bravest.
Yeah. And she
Like
kicked
so
hard,
good. She kicked
I
hard.
think.
She scratched. She used her necklace to like give a scar to that guy,
Yeah, that was
and
great.
then
She was. Oh yeah, she did
and then
kick in the beginning. That's right.
she's got a bomb strapped to her chest, and she's just like push the button, like such a brave kid.
Yeah,
And
I
then
think Soo Young is the best.
um, the input that Gloria had was Consul Han because he seemed like he was a good leader, a good father, and a good friend. And I can agree with the way that he I don't know if we can talk about his leadership because we didn't see leadership too well, but what we did see was that he was a very concerned father. He was a good father when they were together, and he was a good friend to Lee.
I have one slight little
Obviously,
thing.
go for it.
Uh he he was BFFs with the
He
kingpin
was BFFs
of
with
the
the bad
biggest thing
guy,
he was trying to
but
stop,
that's not his fault.
and he didn't
He
know
doesn't
it.
know.
Maybe he's just, hey, he's a good guy. He's just kind of shifty on the judge of character. That's all. That's all. Not the
Yeah,
best in
he
judge of
just
character, but he's a good
hey,
man.
if somebody with a British accent came and said, "Can we be best friends?" I'd be like, "Yeah, dude."
That guy looks like Carmine Falcone, but he's speaking British.
He's
Yeah,
speaking
yeah.
British to me.
He, I, I had trouble with him because he felt at some point, yeah, he was a caring father. He's a single father, a widower. Like, that's hard. He's moving his kid to America. He has this really, really important job. Everything, he's
And
got
he's willing to go pick up
cards
his kid
stacked
from
against
school.
him. Yeah. Well, and then he
Yeah.
gets distracted.
Well, yeah,
He
but
was
he
supposed to
was
drive
like,
her to school.
"Hey, no," he said, "I'll pick you up from school."
Oh, okay. So there was something that, yeah. And she didn't seem upset about it. So there was clearly like an understanding there. Um, yeah, he he has a lot of pros. They just used him poorly, especially toward the end, because
Yes.
he's the consul. I know the FBI is doing whatever, but he also has mode of saying like, not just am I bringing this person here, this is why I'm bringing him here. Like they make him they they strip away some of his goodness to make him a nuisance to the FBI, which
Hmm.
that's to move the plot along. But that feels like that takes away from his character when he could have still been that nuisance, but it would have made the FBI look bad in a different way, in a way that would make sense because the FBI
Yeah.
is so stacked with this evidence and information that Lee is not only a good person to have on this, but the best person to have on this.
Hmm.
So we would be dumb not to use him. That would have
Yeah. It's
made
not
them
just.
look bad in a good way. They
Yeah.
just look
It's
like
not just that we
a-holes right
trust him.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not just saying, I trust
Yeah.
this guy. He's my friend. But he's saying, hey, I trust
Yeah.
this guy because he's been like, I guess they didn't know that it was what, Juntao? They didn't know it at
Yeah.
the time. But like as soon as they figured it out, they should have been like, this guy knows. Anyway, also, how did the FBI know that she was kidnapped before he did? Like they show up and they're like, hey, we gotta talk.
Mm.
Your daughter's been kidnapped. How did they know? They were in on it. That's my theory. Okay. Did
Whoa.
we talk about your favorite character?
Whoa. Oh my gosh. What if they are? What if they
What
were
if they
supposed
are?
to be? Like, that's not a crazy theory because it makes things make sense. Because if they know their adversary adversity to Lee makes 10 times more sense. There's a good
Right,
chance
because
that
it's
they were
because
in
they
on it
already know
and
that it's
it got
Juntao, and
written
they
out.
know that. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Also, Juntao sucked as like a character, as a thing, because it was like the blonde guy. The blonde guy was like
Yeah.
the bad guy. You were like, this guy
Right.
sang. He was a bad guy, you know, and he was a good bad guy. He was like mean and like stoic and like he was just like Jackie. Or jeez, he was just like Lee, but bad.
The bad guy
And
version of it. Yeah, but that's the thing about like
yeah,
movies, especially in the '90s, is that the the head like muscle was the real bad guy, and then you just had
right.
somebody that was paying them, basically. But I
But
don't
the
understand
reason I say he sucks.
his.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't understand his motives. Like his motives at this point was because they took his artifacts, but like
Correct.
who is he in the first place? Like it,
Right.
like I guess they kind of explained
Correct.
it, but it's just kind of like
Correct.
why
It
why?
doesn't make sense. on top of that, on top of that, to kind of ride that a little more, that ride that information skateboard a little more, before I fall off because I can't skateboard. So dumb, I'm sorry. I just hate the idea of like you have this British character who's like, "Ooh, I'm very nice. We're best friends. Ooh la la." And then really nothing of consequence for an hour. He's here, he's there ever so often, nothing of consequence. And then the reveal at the end. It it's cheap, it's a trope. And then on top of that, you have this great Asian organization, great as like I'm trying to give it a positive thing, but I'm saying you have this you have the greatest, from what the beginning of the movie says, the greatest Chinese criminal organization run by some old
Hmm.
white dude.
Yep.
it just feels like a weird, I guess it's a trope. I don't know if it's a trope necessarily. It's a weird pull. Like I don't does nothing for
Yeah.
me. It's not a good payoff. Nothing works for it. My favorite character is Soo Young because she sings Mariah Carey like a little kid and nails it. And she beats up the bad guy and she does the little
Hmm.
bomb thing. Um, yeah, she's smarter than most of the adults in the
Yeah.
movie.
She
Like
was
she nails it.
she did everything as a character. She did everything that she was supposed to do as a person
Yep.
that was getting kidnapped. As like she was like she her screaming wasn't just like out of fear. Like it was fear, but like she was purposely screaming to like draw attention to.
It was
She is a great
tactical.
lesson in what to do if you're being kidnapped.
Right.
You kick, you
She was
scream.
great.
You kick and scream,
Yeah.
and you be
Yeah.
brave. You be the bravest little toaster
And
you can be.
she was all of that.
I don't know why I made a brave little
Absolutely.
toaster reference.
I don't know. Uh
um,
but she was great. She was awesome. Loved it. Uh I'm going to move on. Favorite quote. I honestly d- don't have one, and I feel like I quoted this movie a lot, and now I think I was just quoting like Jackie not being able to say something, or Chris's character saying something like kind of offensive. The only
mhm.
thing that was really funny that I don't think it's a quote, but just, well, it is a quote, but like I'm gonna get it wrong. It's just in the beginning when they're talking about C4, and he's like, "It's C4." He's like, "C4? What's C4?" C4. Like that,
Yeah,
or you want to touch it? He's like, "I'm not gonna touch it." You want to touch it? I'm not gonna touch it. It's
there
very
was.
no, it's a very throwaway joke, but to me that
Yeah,
was more funny than half of the other one-liners.
I think the interaction between him and the sergeant at the when he was like being told to work with the FBI, where he's just
Right.
like, or the captain, and he's like,
The captain.
um, yeah, the captain, and the captain's telling
Where he's
him
BSing him.
that he's gonna go, and he's just like, "Oh, I wouldn't lie to you. I would no, 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 I wouldn't lie." And then he says, "Oh, when I'm up there, I'm gonna make you mayor." And he said, "I'd rather you didn't," and like that kind of stuff. He also he also has a line where he says, "Sometimes you need to remind the general public that you can blow stuff up," um,
Yeah.
which was his like way of pumping him up. Um, my wife said that she says the "Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth?" a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't realize it was from this movie because she had never seen it before, but she somehow knew that line. So,
Yeah.
which, yeah, um,
Which
and
the original
also I
delivery
think,
came out way too quick.
yeah,
Anyway, yeah.
um, the what was it? Oh, near the end when Lee gets um the vest and comes over to Carter, and Carter's like, "What? Don't bring that over here." And he's like, "But what am I going to do?" And then he looks up. He's like, "Go take that somewhere else." And he sees Juntao, and he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, go take it to him. Go take it to him." Like that interaction was a funny, just kind of like, "I don't want that here. Get out of here."
Right. Right.
That one was good.
Uh I will take it back. So going back to the Chelsea Clinton joke, that wasn't actually like the funniest joke to me in that series of it. But what he saying, we want 20 million in 50s. Okay, you want 20 million in 50s, 20 million in
Oh
20s,
yeah,
20 million in 20s, and 10 million in 10s. 10 millions in 10s. Okay, you want some fives with that? That's,
yeah.
you know what? That's as American as
That's
it
a good
gets.
one.
That's such a
That's a
solid.
good
That
one.
one's a good one. I will give them credit. And so, as we have found a positive point, we are going to the review rewind. Now it's time for the review rewind, where we take a look at a positive review and a negative review, and we see where we fall. Now, the hardest part about this podcast sometimes is that we review older movies. The I think the the we did do one that was more recent. The first season we did the Batman, which was a more recent movie, but that was as recent as we got. Everything else has been much older. With that being
Mhm.
said, resource to some of the reviews has been difficult. So I've been able to find some numbers and just
These are the
like
shortest
quick quotes.
reviews I've ever
That's what I'm
seen.
trying. I am really trying to preface this because my goodness, all of them were so short. So I was like, well, we do what we can. So Metacritic has overall the movie at they say 61 is generally favorable. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 62, and IMDb has it at a 61, which they're just
IMDb.
using Metascore,
Yeah.
which I don't think
Oh, they gave it
they
a 7 out of
do it.
10.
Well, that's the audience review, the IMDb
Oh,
review.
true.
I try to look just at the critics, and it looks like it's at a 61%, based on
Oh, there
theirs.
it is. Yeah.
So now you know the ins and outs of this podcast, so you can go start your own. Don't do it, please. Just keep listening. Anyway, Tristan, why don't you go ahead and read that green one?
All right. We've got an 80 from the Washington Post. A sturdily entertaining vehicle, easily the little guy's best American made film. The little guy? Are they referring to Jackie Chan as the little guy?
Oh, I think it's the
Let me read
budget
this
because
again.
New Line Cinema was, yeah.
A sturdily entertaining vehicle, easily the little guy's best American made film. They're referring to Jackie
Oh
Chan.
my gosh, you're right. Oh my gosh, that is about Jackie Chan. The review is why.
They could have said easily
I
Jackie Chan's best American made film, but they call them the little guy.
I read that as New Line Cinema was the little guy. I
Nope.
He's 5'9". He's not even little. That's the American
Yeah.
male average.
Yeah.
Oh
Let's
my
just read
gosh.
the next one.
All right. This is from the New Yorker. They gave it a 40. This one, everyone brace yourself. It's a
I,
little long. It's
yeah,
not
I'm
much
ready.
fun to watch. Thank you. That's it. It's not much fun to watch. One more time for the people in the back. It's not much fun to watch. This is
And
my
there you have it.
NPR audition.
It's Rush Hour, baby.
Man, I don't even know how I feel about that. At the time, it was pretty fun to watch.
Can I give a
Was there
review
a
of
point?
these reviews?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because these reviews suck.
Yeah, they do. That's what. That's the whole crux of the podcast. I kept looking at reviews and go, these reviewers suck at their jobs. They're terrible.
I feel like we've spent a
Tell me
lot of
something like
time
of substance.
critiquing the movie, but let's critique these guys. Like,
They
one
suck.
wrote 6 words, and the other
One,
one
two,
called
three.
Jackie Chan
Yeah.
the little guy,
It's still
who is
bonkers to me.
average height.
Uh,
I
Average
can't.
American
I
height.
Yeah, he's tall for a
Yeah.
person from China, I think.
I'm not gonna
Well,
look
now I
it
need
up,
to look that up.
but I will
I'm
say,
gonna look it up
Chris
because
Tucker.
that's my
You
job.
could
Let me
look it
look
up.
that up.
Chris Tucker
That's
is shorter than me. How's Jackie Chan the little guy? What is this going? What is going on, man?
uh
He's
okay.
2 inches
As
taller than Jackie Chan. Oh no, he's a bit taller. Sorry, I did the math wrong. It's 5 inches taller.
uh
No, he's not. There's 12 inches. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 4 inches taller. I'm a teacher by trade, guys.
okay,
Are you still
according to yeah,
hold on,
the
hold on,
latest
hold on, hold on.
average up
Yeah.
the latest average male height China statistics explained as of 2020 the average male height in China is about 5'7".
Oh, so he's a little tall. 5'7" isn't that
Yeah.
bad. Bad. Sorry. Height is not good or bad, but that is not
Yeah.
what based off stereotypes,
It's
that's
not
not
worth
where you
calling
would
him the
assume it
little
would
guy.
be. Yeah. Yeah. My mom was 4 foot
It's
11.
very on average.
She was a little lady. Little guy feels
Anyway,
like it should be much shorter. We're spending too much time on that one. They're saying it because he's
listen,
Asian. That's why they're
the
that's why they're
show
doing it.
is
That's
about reviewing the reviews. So we're reviewing it.
I don't think I've ever been this angry on a podcast. I'm so mad at this freaking movie. Oh my
Okay.
gosh. All right. So,
We made
you
it
want to
through.
guess what my grade is?
I you know what? I've totally forgotten to even think of what my grade would be. I just
Yeah. It's
uh
it's a D minus for me. And the only reason it's one step above failing is because the potential and the moments were there. Like, if they had actually done a good job of focusing on Jackie Chan, what what a good, because Jackie Chan has made great action movies,
yeah.
fantastic action movies. And guess what? About cops. He has one called
Yep.
Police Story. Like, he really likes playing cops. He could have done a really good job.
He has another one called Super
I
Cop.
Oh gosh. We should
Anyway,
just here's what we're gonna
I
do. Over the
yeah,
summer or at
we're
some
gonna
point, we're just gonna do
we're
like
gonna
a
do a whole
five
season of
movie
Jackie Chan.
for Jackie Chan. Anyway,
Yeah,
what
summer
if you
special.
were
Last year it was
to
Star Wars. This year it's Jackie Chan.
man, that would be honestly, that would be really fun. But
Yeah,
what if you were to kind of give it a grade off the cuff, where would you sit? Because like you definitely noticed a lot of the same things. You might not be as passionate as I am, but that's because I'm an idiot. I'm just too heated about this. It's
yeah,
a movie. Calm down. But I know that we aligned on a lot.
yeah. I I was right before you said yours. In my brain, I was like D. It's got to be a D. I mean, I think if you asked me a long time ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, that movie's like a C or a B. But like,
I would have given it
I like,
before watching it. I would have given it a B
yeah.
because that's what
But
I
I like
remembered. And now,
it's given today's lens, it is definitely a D. Um, we're older and wiser, and we know better. Um, but I would
and that's
agree
the
that
that's the
there
part.
are
Yeah.
yeah. I agree that there are moments of it that keep it from being a complete fail. Um, but it's definitely
Yeah.
yeah,
Here's the part I want to like preface just as we're watching this. I don't know who's listening, Thank you to all those who listen, but on the political spectrum, bend to the left. I don't live my day looking for things that are woke or do anything like that. I just feel like, we should we have advanced as a people, and we should advance our rhetoric, and what we do to look at people within their value should be within themselves and have nothing to do really with where they come from, their color, their skin, whatever it might be. I'm not looking for that. But was this just a heaping pile of it? It was so blatant. And I don't even feel like, yeah, they weren't, it wasn't like people were calling Jackie Chan things that they were calling Chinese people back in the 1860s in California. They weren't doing that. But
Mm-hmm.
it was so clearly like, hey, here's a joke about you being Chinese. Hey, here's a joke about you being Asian. Hey, here's a joke about how you talk. None of it
Yeah.
was, hey, this situation is funny. It's, you have this thing that makes it difficult for you in this particular situation based solely on the fact that you were not from here. Ha ha ha, let's laugh. And that sucks. Like, I think we're just in a place where,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not good enough anymore. We have in this show watched comedians work where they don't bring up race at all, and they are funny. And they're
Mm-hmm.
very funny because of the delivery, because of the writing, and because of the improv chops. And this feels lacking in all of that. And I'm sorry I got on this soapbox, but it's just aggravating that a movie that I remember so fondly was such a royal piece of crap.
Yeah.
And now that's what I have to leave it with. Like, I don't have those fond memories anymore. And that
Mm-hmm.
sucks. I'm glad I've grown and that I can see that and move forward, because I would hate to show this to my daughters, and they grow up thinking any of that is okay, because I
Yeah.
was naive enough to live in my nostalgia rather than looking at it with an objective lens in today's lens and go, no, that's not okay. Like, I'm never showing this to Ray or Mila. Like, they're never going
Yeah.
to watch this. They can choose to when they're older, but I'm not going to show it to them. And that's a
Yeah.
crazy
It
outcome, because
was
I don't think I've had that
right.
yet. And we've done a lot of movies, and
Yeah.
I'm just so blown away by how this is the outcome we're at.
Yeah, I don't
Am
think
I gonna
either of
cry?
us expected to be here. I'm so emotional. But I did have a
No.
moment before watching it. I had a moment where I was just thinking about the movie and thinking about our conversation, what our conversation was going to be. And I did have a moment of like, am I allowed to like this movie anymore? Like, and that was without the context
Mm.
of having watched it again. I just had this moment of this movie, like thinking about it, thinking about what I remembered. This movie is a buddy comedy where the joke is that it's a black guy and a Chinese guy. Am I allowed to like this movie?
Right. Right.
Like,
The premise itself is
yeah,
questionable. There
yeah,
I came into this not having seen it in a long time, but I did have some context. There is a great comedian. He writes for Last Week Tonight. His name is Daniel O'Brien. Plug his show, Quick Question, with Daniel and Soren. But I don't know why I did that. But they're not going to give me any money.
yeah. They're not
um,
not a sponsor.
but
They don't know
he
us.
was actually the one who pointed out the idea of the buddy comedy, and how Rush Hour, like, buddy comedy had so much, like you said in the beginning, you had you did have people where it was like a white guy and a black guy, and there was that kind of thing, but like the real crux of Lethal Weapon was Mel Gibson was completely unhinged, and Glover was a more standard cop, and how are they going to work? And then buddy comedy kind of lost the thread with that, and they were like, okay, what if we just had like a cop and a
What
dog?
if it's a dog?
What if
Yeah.
it's a dog? What if it's Chuck Norris and a dog? Um, Jim Belushi and a dog. And then with this movie, they were like, okay, what if we took the cop and made it a loud, street black guy, and the dog is a Chinese guy. And that's literally the premise of the movie. They didn't go back and go, hey, let's go back to when buddy cops started and really try to bring that back into it. It was, they started at where buddy cops had ended, and that's where they started it.
Yeah, there's a
Because
little
it's
bit of that trope of
literally
yeah.
What's the go ahead.
Oh, I was saying there's the trope like there's a smidge of the trope of the original of like one is unhinged and the other one is by the book, but then they throw that out the window immediately, and they're just like, what if everything's unhinged? Like,
right.
Yeah. Anyway, we're
I
rolling.
think,
We're revving back up, and we're
revving back up. Last little, because you said something interesting, because it's literally the the high octane cop, the straight shooter, but then you have like the buddy cop with the dog. Is what if you have one character who talks and then one character who you have to try to interpret what they mean and you don't understand them, and then you go into this movie and it's literally, what if you have the guy that you understand and then the guy you don't understand, and it's literally the same trope.
I completely agree with you, because
that
okay, buddy cop trope like does come over, but it was super influenced by what the most recent version of buddy cop was, which was guy and dog.
Yeah. You know what? I bet the TV show fixes it. I bet the Rush Hour TV show fixes it.
Do we need to do a mini series where we go and watch
that? I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch that. That's the last thing I want to watch. Alrighty. So thank you all for listening to Review Rewind, the show where two buddies watch a movie and apparently get so friggin' mad at this stupid movie. Again, you can go watch it. I'm so sad.
You can go watch it.
Such a killer. You can go watch it. I will probably watch it again in the next few months, just to see if my anger is like, was just in the moment, or if it's like, no, this is real.
Yeah. At this point, most, like, you'd have to pay to watch it. So I don't know if it's worth, like, not you, but the person listening,
No, you're right. And it's
would
not
have
cheap
to pay to watch it.
It's not cheap. I was checking it on most of the websites, and it's like $14.99 for just the Rush Hour, which in this economy,
if it comes on TBS again, like, have a ball, but otherwise,
maybe they take a bunch of, I want to watch it on TBS to see how much they take out. How much they were like, maybe this is not okay. Alrighty.
Recently, I was at a hotel and I watched a movie on TV where they like super censored things, and I was like, oh man, I miss TV station censoring, where you can tell that is not what they said, but it's great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yippee-ki-yay, Buca de Beppo. That's what movie's that from, guys? Alrighty. I've been Mike. He's been Tristan. And always remember to never meet your heroes. I'm going to really review the rewind. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.